arms are really big, Chase. Get out.
Sure. Yeah, hope I have enough. Yeah, the purpose of this workshop is just sharing my experience with some with the arm training. I have been personally, did that program. I think it's a very good workout. So I just want to share with everyone. Yeah, let's just get straight into it. The goal for this workout is we want to just complete this workout within 30 days. So the frequency is train your arms once every 6 days. So you train 1 day and rest for 5 days, and you do a second workout, rest for 5 days and do another one. Yeah, so but as long as you can do like 4 workouts within 30 days, and that's fine. And the format, I have already write it all out. You can, it's important to write down all the cool things. It's important to write down the weight selection you use, and also write down like how much reps you have performed. And the other very valuable one is you can compare your performance, with the previous workout. And by following that, you will have to repeat the workout for 4 times. So your body will adapt to the stimulus, which makes you will get bigger arms. And it's also stopping people from doing different arm workout. One day do this routine, second day do another routine. So your body never know what stimulus to adapt to. So with this it's a high volume workout. You won't be using a crazy amount of weight, but you'll be doing a lot of repetitions. So we are building a very good foundation. And once you finish that, I will introduce another intensifier workout. So we can focusing on lifting heavier weights for lower reps. So first one, complete that within 30 days. And the second one is just make sure you do some sort of a big compound movement like squats and deadlifts at least once a week to put your body into a better environment, like a hormonal environment to build muscle. Yeah. And the third one is make sure your nutrition and hydration is optimum. And how do you know if you are taking enough nutrients and drinking enough water? Which is make sure when you're repeating the workout, you can add 1 rep, for each set, on top of the previous workout. If you cannot do that, that means either your hydration is not optimum, or your protein and carbs intake is not very optimum. That means you are not recovered. And also another indications is if your all the repetitions for every set stays the same, you should be at least at it's a 2.5% to 5% increase.
Sorry guys, I wrote that wrong.
Nah, it's alright. Yes, okay. Just
you were thinking big arms.
yeah, 2.5% to 5% increase load on the bar. And if you do that, you don't need to worry about increase any reps. So either choose to increase reps, or you choose to increase load for every single set. Yeah, if you cannot do that, that means you need to sleep more, drink more, or eat more. Yeah. So and the other limiting factor for people to putting size on their arm is they just didn't do their forearm training. I have a personal experience when I was very strong doing those supinated palm-up curls, but I'm very weak on those pronate grip curls. My wrist give out and my forearm gives out too. So if your forearm always give out, you will never stimulate your forearm muscle, and especially the brachialis. And the brachialis will add the thickness to your arms. Yeah. And yeah, we train our forearm by doing lots of pronate grip, and plus in the program we will ask people to use some fat grips, which is right here. You can borrow it from the office. You make sure you put it on the dumbbells or on the easy bars. Yeah, they can force you to engage your forearm, like engage your forearm more. Yeah, and it won't allow you to use a heavier weight, but it can definitely give you a stronger forearm. And yeah, next, as you can see, we are doing this is a big giant set. 6 exercises. You do exercise A1, A2, A3 back to back, and you take 2 minutes off. Then you do A4, A5, A6, and take another 2 minutes off. We are doing triceps. The reason why I picked the triceps is because it increases time and attention. It fatigues your target muscle faster, so you don't have to use too much weight. You use a lighter weight, and the fatigue will stack up. So it can give you sends a signal to your arms and make it grow. And where you can realize you'll get a crazy pump and you'll get very sore because it increases a lot of lactic acid in your arms. As you know, lactic acid in your arm, it can lead to more human growth hormone production. It helps you to build muscle and burn fat at the same time. And the last one is you will involve a larger pool of motor units. So you will activate the muscle fiber you never used before, where your muscles are tired, and you still keep lifting. Yeah, by keeping the time and the tension, you will activate the muscle fiber you never used before. So that's the goal. Yeah, and last, just gonna talk to some basic execution. Yeah, you want to feel the muscle, not the weight. The goal for this is to learn how to engage your muscles. Yeah, don't worry about what's on your hand. Just worry about how to let's take bicep for example. Just shorten the distance from here to here, and just happens to be there's a weight on your hand. You just squeeze your muscle against it. The other cue you can use is simply if you are wearing a t-shirt and when you are curling, just you can looking at your biceps through the mirror. Just you want to hide your bicep into your sleeve. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's another cue I can use. Yeah.
See, Craig, come on.
Yeah, so yeah, the goal is to feel your muscle and always looking to improve the contractions. Yeah, don't worry about how much you are lifting, and make sure you are locking everything down. Yeah, the first thing you should be concerned about is your posture. Make sure your neutral is neutral. Make sure you are looking forward. Don't protract your neck and looking at the ceiling. Make sure everything is locking down. And lots of people when they curl, they move their elbow forward and back way too much. So you want to use your shoulder to stabilizing your upper arm. Only flexing, rotating your elbow joint, and that's the goal. And also, the last very important thing is you need to understand the tempo and the rest time. That's very important. On the program, I already written down. It's a 4010 or it's a 2010 tempo. So the first digit is the eccentric portion of the movement. If it's 4010, you're gonna take 4 seconds to lower the weight. When you are lowering the weight, just make sure you are using the greatest amount of effort to resist against the weight, but still allow the weight to stretch your muscle out. and have 0 pause at the bottom. Yeah. And spend 1 second up. And when you are contracting a muscle, make sure you are using the minimum effort, just a bare minimum to, move the weight up. So, yeah, what you don't want to do is you don't want to create any momentum. So use the bare minimum, just enough to move the weight, and try to have 0 pause on the top. Yeah.
Can you demonstrate that on the bar for them, Dave?
For example, the first exercise is a reverse narrow grip standing easy bar curl. What I like to do is I lean forward a little bit. I start the movement from the top because the very first digit is the eccentric portion. So I start the move from the top. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, engage, and 1, 2, 3, 4. No pause at the bottom. 1 second up, no pause on the top. Like that. It's a lot slower than most people does. Yeah. Cool. And the last thing is the rest period. Rest period is very important. Yeah, make sure you don't rest for too long. And for the first 3 bicep exercises, have to be back to back. Yeah, because the goal is to accumulate as many lactic acid as possible, and creating as many mechanical tension on the bicep or triceps as possible. And after 3 exercises, make sure you have a timer with you. Just do a countdown for 2 minutes. Yeah, once the 2 minutes is up, you should be able to.
Sorry.
That's how. Yeah.
Too out of my arms.
Yeah. Cool.
Too strong.
Yep. So 2 minutes rest, and you want to get ready at 1 minute 50 seconds. So as soon as the 2 minute hits, you should be ready to start your tricep exercise immediately. Yeah, you don't wanna be like 2 minutes is past, you start to get ready. That's a little bit too long. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. So any more questions about the program? No? So we're gonna just run through the exercises. The first one we do is close grip. Overhand bicep curl. I normally like to keep my knee against something and lean forward, so I can keep my entire arm perpendicular to the floor. And yeah, I like to do it this way. So 4 seconds down, no pause at the bottom, 1 second up, like that. We do that for 6 to 8 repetitions, very slow on the way down. And at the very first session, you don't want to go heavy. It's okay to go for 8 reps or 10 reps, and you do the adjustment on your second workout. Okay. And the second exercise is just simply a wide grip, still facing down. In this position, your arms will be stronger, so you'll be able to do 12 reps. Higher reps, it's okay to lower the weight a little bit. So if you have 2 easy bars, you can set up 2 different weight, one for your close grip, one for your medium grip. And the third exercise is seated dumbbell fat grip hammer curl. So I have a pair of 4 kg dumbbells. And as you can see, you need to do 20 to 25 repetitions. Yeah. It's a 2010 tempo. So always start from the top. Make sure your upper arm is always perpendicular to the floor. At the bottom, I squeeze my tricep and up. Like that. I make sure I squeeze the handle very, very hard to fully activate my forearm. Yeah, so 25 reps. Yeah, after this is done, I start my timer, for 2 minutes. And when I'm resting, I transfer the fat grip to my easy bar. Yeah, when the time is over, the first exercise I do is lying Skullcrusher, a medium grip. I make sure my arm is not 90 degrees to the floor, it's like that. So in this angle, even my elbows are straight, my tricep is still like taking a lot of having a lot of tension on my triceps. Yeah, I lower the bar, control it, and touch my hairline, and engage my tricep, and fully shorten my triceps. I do that for 8 repetitions. After that's done, I just take the fat grip with me. I put on the dumbbells, and the second one is decline dumbbell neutral grip, fat grip neutral, fat grip tricep extension. So you have to sit on a decline bench. What you do is like that. Let's pretend this is a decline bench. The key for this one is at the very bottom of the move, you want to touch the head of the dumbbell all the way to your shoulders to fully lengthen your triceps and learn how to engage your tricep from a lengthened position. Yeah. Like that. We do that for 12 reps. After this exercise is done, you want to take the fat grip with you, and the last exercise is just a tricep pushdowns. So you just put this on the rope, and you do the tricep pushdowns. What I do is I make sure I lean forward a little bit, so it allows my entire arm is 90 degrees to the floor, go all the way up, and I normally like jam my forearm into my bicep to fully lengthen my triceps and go all the way straight, like that. So 25 reps. Yeah. So after that's done, I start my timer again. After 2 minutes is done, I go back to my bicep exercises. Yeah. Yeah. Any questions with that?
Yeah, why time on the tension, Dave? Why not just lift heavy or pump out the reps fast? So what's the benefit? Can you explain a bit more on that?
Yeah. Very good question. Yeah. I like to establish a very good mind and muscle connection first before I start to using heavier weights. Because if you don't have that ability to control your muscle, you are just dump all the tensions to everywhere else in your body. Like if you don't have the ability to just isolate your biceps, you're more likely to get your hips involved, more likely to get your front delt and your shoulder involved in the movement. Yeah, and plus by not controlling the weight, when you use a heavier weight, it's very hard to control the eccentrics. So it's going down very fast. You are more likely to damage your elbow joint, your tendons, stuff like that. Yeah, so it's really not worth it. So to be able to lifting a heavier weight, at first you have to earn the right, to work with a heavier weight. Yeah. Do I answer your questions?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? Fire away.
So this workout, David, obviously you go 1 through 6, and then go back to the top. How many times did you do that?
Oh, it's 4 sets. 4 sets because every exercise I have 4 columns for you to fill out. Yeah.
Dave, on the incline, what was that? The second to last decline. Sorry. Which position do you start the movement from? Do you start against your shoulders?
I always
start up.
Yeah, I start with my arm straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you start the movement by lengthening your muscles.
Right.
So you have to start in a muscle shortening position. Right. Yeah. And make sure you are not moving your elbows forward and back. So only rotating your elbow joint. Yeah. Yeah. And one thing extra I want to add on is before you doing before you start this workout, I will highly recommend you to do like at least 3 sets of flat Skullcrushers with an easy bar to warm up. Yeah, because when you start your workout set, especially when you reach A4, the fourth exercise, you're gonna do an easy bar. But if you are not properly warmed up, you will have like a pretty sore elbow. Yeah, that's what I experienced. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
What's the benefit of, so why the change in like rep ranges? So with yours you've got like 6 to 8, then 10 to 12, then up to 25. What's the benefit of that? I think you explained it to me in the past.
Oh yeah. It just when you're working with 6 to 8 rep ranges, it's low reps and allows you to use a slight heavier weight. It works out your fast twitch muscle fibers, and they fatigue. They get fatigued very very fast, and they can handle a lot of loads. And once you fatigue them, you start to working like 10 to 12 rep ranges. At that stage you are like working for like a mixed fiber, like a half fast twitch, half slow twitch. So it requires a longer time and attention. And once it's fatigued, all you have is like a short and slow twitch muscle fibers. They take a very long time, to get fatigued. That's why I choose like 20 to 25 rep ranges. Yeah, so they rely on like oxygens. Yeah, higher weights, higher rates. Yeah. Cool.
What's the black bit blacked out? Is that?
Oh yeah. That's just the program design. We're gonna repeat that for 4 times. You won't be getting a linear gain like forever. So the design for it is after the first workout, you're gonna increase some weight. You're gonna increase the volume and the load. And on the very last week, it's kind of doing like a deload. It's like a recovery. So you're doing like 1 set less for every single exercise. Yeah, and that's the after that you're gonna switch to more intense ones. Yeah, we're gonna change the stimulus, and you will find on the last workout you won't be putting on any more weight. You should be at a plateau by that time. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, just on behalf of the guys that don't know some of these exercises on here, is it okay if you maybe post some videos or photos of you doing?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Yes, actually, Josh, I would like to. Tomorrow if we can like shoot like all the videos for different
we'll do
exercises
that.
and attach together.
Maybe just a group chat just for us. Don't want to shoot.
Don't want too many people looking good for summer, right?
What I did before is
Already showing you.
what I did before is I will make a YouTube video and I turn the link of that video into a QR code and I stick it on the back of this program and give it out.
Cool.
Yeah, and we also can post that video on our Facebook page. Yeah, so you can always go back and check it out. Cool.
Would you do any other? So you're doing this once a week. Would you work on your arms at all throughout the other days of the week?
No. That's that's enough volume. For your arm training, you need like 5 days to recover. Yeah.
So a lot of days work on your legs. So.
Yeah, legs, back, chest, abs. Yeah. That's it. Cool. Yeah. Is that it?